The device mainly consists of three parts: the base, the gantry L-arm, and the side arm. After delivery, first check the three crates for integrity and any signs of damage. Once confirmed, proceed with unpacking and assembly. First is the base section. The bottom of each base has grooves where hands can be inserted to apply force. The top is a steel structure and can also serve as a load-bearing point. The horizontal branches are relatively fragile. Avoid direct pressure during handling. Multiple people should cooperate. Insert hands into the grooves to lift, while one person supports the upper part, applying upward force. Move the base to the target area and adjust its orientation. Slow down when placing it down to avoid pinching fingers. Next is the installation of the gantry L-arm. Before installation, set the cables aside to avoid being crushed by the gantry. The top of the base has two locating pins that correspond to the holes at the bottom of the L-arm. Before moving the L-arm, insertion rods need to be inserted. There are 4 symmetrical slots on each side of the L-arm. Select 2 slots on each side and insert the rods to avoid uneven force distribution. The selected slots must be symmetrical. After the 4 insertion rods are rotated and locked, lift the L-arm and place it onto the base. During the process, observe whether both sides are aligned. Make minor adjustments if there is any misalignment. Secure it with 2 hex screws. Other personnel must continue to hold the insertion rods until the 2 screws are secured. Continue installing the side screws, 5 on the left, 3 on the right. Note: spring washers must be placed on the screws before installation. After the screws are installed, the insertion rods can be removed. Next is the installation of the side arm. The 2 small holes on the side arm correspond to the 2 locating pins on the L-arm. Once aligned, begin installing the 5 screws on the left side. During installation, other personnel must support the front of the side arm, applying upward force to keep it level. Only after at least 3 screws are installed can other personnel release their hold. Next, unscrew the bolt at the top of the L-arm to release its fixed state. Next, proceed to install the side detector and collimator. First, separate the detector housing. Insert the main body of the detector into the corresponding slot. Tighten the top screws. Connect the cables. The cables have attached labels, generally following the format XX corresponding with XXB. XX refers to the same numeric or string identifier. For example, connect 8O to A with 8O to B. Very few cables do not follow this rule, which will be specifically pointed out in subsequent videos. After securing the top 3 screws, also secure the internal 6 screws. Then install the housing and secure the outermost 6 screws. The collimator installation is similar. Align it with the slot. Secure the top screws. Install the internal 4 screws Install the external 6 screws. Now move to the back of the CT. Remove the screws, fixing the power switch assembly from the side. Rotate the assembly so its front faces outward, then re-tighten the screws. Then begin connecting the cables. The 2 Ethernet cables and audio cables for connecting to the computer can be skipped for now. First, connect the 2 Hall effect connectors. Insert the cables labeled P206 and P207 into their corresponding ports on the circuit board, respectively. Secure the ends of cables labeled P206 and P207 onto the circuit board. Insert the metal terminal under the screw head, then tighten the corresponding screw. Other cables should be connected following the principle of XX corresponding with XXB. Note, P1301A corresponds with P301B, which is a special case. Then find the 2 grounding wires from the side arm and clamp them together under the nut, on the right side. Next, connect the cables below. Check to confirm none are missed. Then connect the voltage regulator. First, pass the 3 wires through the small hole in the metal plate below. Insert them in order from left to right, blue, yellow, red, then secure the screw terminals. Gently pull upward to check the fastening. 2 Ethernet cables, 1 audio cable, and a computer connection cable should be connected. Secure the 2 screws under the small metal plate. Connect the exposure line and serial port line. Use cable ties to securely bundle the cables, preventing the wiring harness from being pulled when the device is raised. Next, install the touch pad. First align it with the lower slot, insert it, then tighten the screws. Snap it into the upper clip. Then connect to the computer and proceed with power on testing. Press the black button to power on. The side light strip and display screen will light up. The device begins self-testing. If the self-test passes without issues, the light strip will automatically turn off, and the screen will enter the main interface. After confirming all test functions are normal, proceed to install the external covers. First, install the 3 sheet metal panels. Place the top panel in the correct position and tighten the screws. Place the side panels in the correct position and tighten the screws. Place the rear panel in the correct position and tighten the screws. Then install the copper standoffs. Install the 2 short ones on the left side. Install the 2 long ones on the right side. Then install the covers in sequence. The first cover for screws on the front to screws on the back. The second cover, 3 screws. The third cover, pay attention to placing the rubber gasket in the proper position. The fourth and fifth covers each has 2 screws at the bottom. The top left has 2 screw holes. The top right has 2 screw holes. After installing the corresponding screws, embed the blue plastic part into the groove of the cover. Connect the light strip cable, making it fit into the groove of the plastic part. The sixth cover. Note that the switch cutout must align with the power switch assembly. If it doesn't fit, slightly adjust the vertical position of the switch assembly to ensure the cover aligns with it. Install the seventh cover. Pay attention to the semicircular area, ensuring it wraps around the rubber gasket. Finally, the eighth cover. Align it with the lower cover and place it on, ensuring no gaps. Then tighten the top screws. Sharing technology for healthy lives.